Wondering what to do with all those leftovers after Thanksgiving dinner? Well, we're here at the London Chef to teach you how to create the best leftover dish ever. And you're watching Go Island on Shaw TV. On today's show, a profile of a man who really understands how precious time is. James Green hits the streets to talk about making a change to our national anthem. And Kim Rock brings metal back to the airwaves on The Zone 91.3. All that and much more on Go Island.
Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network.
Hello, thank you so much for joining us on Go Island. I hope you all had an amazing Thanksgiving weekend and dinner. And I also hope that you have some leftovers, because we are here with Dan Hayes from the London Chef, and we are going to teach you how to turn those leftovers into a tasty, one-of-a-kind original leftover dish. Not your cliche turkey sandwich, oh no. We're a lot more innovative here at the London Chef. How was your Thanksgiving weekend?
Wonderful. Absolutely incredible. Lots of food.
And you have a new baby girl.
New baby girl. Her first Thanksgiving.
Juliet. Don't you love that? First of all, Thanksgiving dinner, we all have leftovers. Yeah. Often potatoes and all sorts of tricks. What are we going to cook today?
Well, you know, I think enough's been said about how to use turkey. Turkey curries, turkey sandwiches, turkey soups. Yeah. Use it up, you know? Yeah. Delicious. Or it can be delicious. Gets a bit boring after a while, to be honest. I know. But it's the vegetables that we need to use up. And in my humble opinion, sometimes it's what you do with the leftovers. The leftovers are better than the original thing.
I agree.
We're going to make bubble and squeak.
Oh, having bubble and squeak for dinner, everyone. I love that. Okay.
Bubble and squeak. Bubble and squeak's a great thing, and from the UK, where you take leftover greens, leftover potato, mix them together in the pan. It bubbles and it squeaks, and you got bubble and squeak. We're going to make baked bubble and squeak. So what are we going to do? Well, I think that is a familiar sight, is it not?
Oh, yes.
Mashed potato.
Yes.
And is that a familiar sight?
Very.
Savoy cabbage.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take a bowl and take some of our cabbage.
Yeah.
There we go. And let's take some of our potato. Like this, just some mashed potato, and bring it all together.
Yeah.
That's probably enough. We had a lot of leftovers.
Yes.
And to that, we're going to add something very special.
A little cheese.
A little cheese.
Cheese makes everything better.
It really does, doesn't it?
It does.
We all know cheddar cheese.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest, most cheddar cheese we eat isn't really cheddar cheese.
It's not, I know. They say it's cheddar, but they're lying.
That is cheddar cheese.
Because cheddar cheese, I know you're going to be shocked, but it isn't orange.
No, exactly.
Does not come out of the cow orange.
Flexible and soft, you know?
Yeah.
It is crumbly.
Yes.
This is Berkshire cheddar cheese.
Oh my gosh, it smells
And you can see the outside of where the wheel would have been, the whole. And this is so amazing. Oh. It's not cheap, but it's so amazing.
Right.
And what we're going to do is just pop a load of this cheddar cheese into this mix. You know, we're going to be a bit naughty, I'm afraid.
Because the three most important ingredients:
butter, cream, salt.
That's right.
So let's put some butter in.
Yeah.
But so it doesn't burn, a bit of oil as well. You know, olive oil, canola oil, whatever you fancy.
Okay.
And just get that warming up.
Okay.
We want to bake this. Okay. So we want to sort of put something that binds it in.
Okay.
And eggs work so well, don't they?
Okay.
So do you want to break an egg in there?
Sure I do. No.
Very good. A little bit of cream.
Nice.
More naughtiness, I'm afraid. Bit of cream. And speaking of salt, some salt.
Yes.
You know? Not too much, because hopefully your mashed potatoes were seasoned.
That's right.
Hopefully your cabbage was seasoned, and the cheese is quite salty.
Yeah, it's just a bit. Bring out the flavor.
Now, just mix it all together, just like this. Mix it all together.
Oh my gosh, this is so fun.
And you know, this is something that, yes, I'm doing it a fairly traditional way with cabbage and potato.
Right.
You could do this with yams, you could use sliced up Brussels sprouts, you could use green beans, you could use asparagus spears, you could use leeks, you could use kale or spinach.
Anything that you have left over from that.
But you do need that starchy base.
Right, you need the
you need the potato.
And you know what's nice about this too is not only using over those leftovers, but it's something different because you need to do something different.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
You get bored.
It's a nice thing to do. And then all we do is we have a sheet in the oven.
Yeah, nice and warm.
Put it on there, like that, and put the whole thing in the oven. The reason we put it on the sheet is that is going to bubble over. And if you don't put it on there, the bottom of your oven will be coated in molten cheese and burning butter and lumps of potato.
I've done it before. Yes, I have.
And then someone has to clean it.
So we are going to let it cook in the oven and give you guys a few more tips. But first, we're talking about leftovers today and how to use them to create another great meal. But we do live in a disposable society. In fact, one man who we're about to meet almost was a victim of that. Paul Ballstein will explain. Thanks for that story, Paul. That is just such a beautiful example of how important human life is. I love that story so much. We're here at the London Chef getting some great ideas on how to turn those Thanksgiving leftovers into something great. Now we have a really awesome dish in the oven that we're waiting for. And while we wait for it to cook, a lot of people do have an extraordinary amount of turkey. I happen to get a free-range turkey every year. It's usually like 23 pounds.
Yeah.
What are some good storage tips for our turkey?
Well, once it's cooked, I think the thing to do is break it down if you can that day.
Okay.
Because the best thing is get the stock made there and then.
You know James Green.
I did.
Well, James Green hit the streets to talk about changing our Canadian anthem. You've got a music background too, don't you? You're that kind of guy that can do everything. Now, can you do something with the leftover gravy?
Yes.
Tell me what.
Well, leftover gravy, if you've done it properly, is essentially reduced stock.
There you go. So if you have leftover gravy from Thanksgiving,
You add water to that, and you might want to get rid of the lumps, whisk it about a bit, whatever. You've got stock again.
there you go.
So your leftover gravy, a little bit of leftover green beans, a few cubes of the turkey breast, a few balls of the stuffing that are left over. Boil it together, soup, done.
Done. There you go. How simple is that? We have to take a very quick break, but when we come back, we are going to take you on a road trip. I'm so excited to try this new Thanksgiving dinner leftover dish. How's it doing, Dan Hayes?
It's doing well. It's going to take a while longer to cook.
It smells amazing already, though. Who would know, like potatoes and a few other tricks, and it smells that good. We're going to try some in just a minute, but we have to take a very quick break. But go nowhere, because when we come back, Kim Rock is on there, on the zone, bringing metal back. Oh, yeah.
What we're going to try and do is turn it out. The big thing normally is to allow it to cool down a little bit.
Okay.
But we're going to dice with our death. Be a bit dangerous.
Because we live on the edge with our Thanksgiving leftover dish. Here we go.
Put something over the top, over it goes. Is it going to work or isn't it?
I don't know.
You can laugh at me if it doesn't.
I would never laugh at you. I'd laugh with you, though. Look at that.
There we go, you see?
That's beautiful.
The middle of the brunch table, a few fried eggs.
This would also be great for dinner, though, honestly.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, amazing. I want to thank you so much for, once again, Dan Hayes, inspiring us to live and enjoy the abundance of the harvest here on Vancouver Island and to create one-of-a-kind recipes. We'll have this recipe up on our Facebook page, so check it out. Thanks. Should we try it? I'm gonna try some. I'm gonna try some. Yes, I am. It looks amazing.
One of my favorite things.
Oh my gosh.
I use my finger. I'm allowed to use my fingers. I'm a chef.
Wow. So good.
It's cheese, huh?
It's like the best quiche you've ever had meets the best potato dish you've ever had with just a little splash of veggie in there. Amazing.
You're too kind.
Amazing. Thanks for watching.
Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network. Men's Wardrobe by DG Bremner & Co. Menswear and accessories. Hair services provided by Salon J.